Hello, our people, our beautiful ones, families, friends. Thanks for following us, not giving up to always see our programs. So today we are going to talk about youth in action. Before we go any further, my name is Mukemba Brenda Rachel, and today in the room today we have our visitor. I think he will introduce himself. Thank you.
Hello, lovely people across the world, the family of Creative TV. It's my pleasure being here today. My name is Atiko Isaac. I'm a student at Africa Renewal University. Today we are coming to speak on a topic, youth in action, as the person who introduced me spoke about first. And we are going to be discussing more. The action we're going to talk about is not youth in action in dating, because that is what most of us young people know. Not action like in football, not action like maybe in relationship, in friendship, but the most important thing we're going to be discussing about today, youth in action in taking responsibilities upon the elders, in doing their part, so that the elders can also benefit from them. That is majorly the overview of what we're going to speak about today. Why have I brought this? I realize that most of the time, young people always forget about the people that raised them. Majorly their parents, or there are those who are not having parents, they forget about that, the guidance, they forget about them. So I realize that it is important for us to speak about this so that their mind is sounded, that they need to offer help to the elderly people. Because as people are growing old, they always have challenges. One, there are things they cannot do as they used to do. That's why there is retirement. You find that somebody is saying, let me retire, and they no longer desire to work. And there are things like the way they think, they cannot now cope up like those days. You find that when a parent was still young, could think a lot, but now this time things the age has gone, can just think a little. So the youth are supposed to come in and be involved in this situation, so that as they grow up, they also enjoy their age life. They don't only see around and say, I have parents, I have children. No, they should grow.
So are you telling me that the youth have to stay near their elders or their parents or the guardians to take care of them, as in how? Can you elaborate more about that?
I can say to a larger extent true, and also to the other extent, is not that the taking care part should only be like you're near. Mm-hmm. There are responsibilities that you need to be near your elders. Like, let's take a case in point, like your lady, there is cooking food. Mm-hmm. Assuming you have a father, or you're single, you have a single parent like your father, and your father cannot cook now, but you are at home. And you go to work, you only want to go to work, you come and sleep, yet your father has not been eating since morning. So those responsibilities needs you to be near your parents. Like washing clothes, needs you to be near them. And I have realized that majorly the men, the young youth who are men, when they get job, they go out, they get married, they forget about their families, they forget about their parents. And now they may not come regularly, but I realize that there is that visit, that call, when you call your parents and you ask how is things going, or you even contribute to them financially. It is very appropriate, because maybe they don't have the strength now to go and work for money, to get money to support themselves. So you have to contribute to them also financially. Another one is also by prayer. You pray for them. As you always think about them, you visit them. Not going like you have gone to a distant place and you forget about them. You should be reminded that they are around, and you keep checking on them. You keep looking after them.
But I realize that some parents, they really need too much attention, because if you're in your youth age, this is the time to move out and hustle, work hard and get money. So it doesn't mean that. Are you telling me that you have to always, every like a week, you have to go and see them? Other issues are still waiting for you to go and do, to go and make your own family the way they also did.
Yeah, it's true. Since we're talking about youth in action, we realize that we have different category of youth. We have youth who are working classes. We have youth who are not working. We have youth who are educated, and we have youth who are not educated. But now I'm trying to see in your question, how can we handle the ones that are educated, and how can we handle the ones that are not educated? How can we handle the ones that are working and ones that are not working? So I realized that in most cases, I spoke about youth a little bit. There is that enjoyment that youth desire. But
even the Bible talks about it.
Yeah, really. But we should not forget about the struggle our parents put on us when we were growing. The time that you're now enjoying, your parents have done something. So it's not that all the time you come, you check on them, all the time you visit them, every day. As I spoke about those ones who are working abroad, you can send them finances, you help them. You call them, you make a call to them. Like take a look at you. Sometimes you have a time and you get your spouse, your hubby, I can say like that. And most of the time your hubby may be saying, no, don't go regularly to visit.
Of course. No, talk about the married, if you're married.
So you can call them, you can take a call on them, you can send them financial support, you can pray for them. And once in a while, like majorly, I can also say majorly during festivals. We have festivals like Christmas.
But I'm sure every youth is always doing that.
You go and check on them. Not really, I cannot agree on that. Not really. I'd seen this in a wider perspective. That is why I brought this out. Not all the youth are doing what you're saying, like they go for festival and they visit. Yeah.
So I think what are the roles of the youth caring with the elders? What roles? What should they do when caring for the elders? What do you think?
I was asking myself very many questions. That since the elders, they didn't just jump to be elders. There were stages they went through during their life stages. And these very stages are the ones we youth are going through. And if we try to compare, and I ask myself, how medically is my parent? Are they healthier than those days when they were young people, when they were not yet too old? Then I ask myself, how financially stable are they? Are they still the same? Then again, I ask myself, how are their safety in the community? Then again, I ask myself,
Their health.
How are they feeding? So in these four things makes me can make me like to answer the question. One, as a youth, as a young person, your parent may be down in a medical condition. Might be somebody's now having pressure, the high blood pressure. Might be somebody's the muscles are not now too strong. So you can come in, you can take them in the hospital, you can make a check on them.
But don't you think? I think they have to get some. Can I call them the maids, or those people who you can pay and they take care of the family as Uganda, other things?
There is a word that says blood is thicker than water.
But
And
if I told you you're still a youth, you have to work hard to make money, money for your family, fees, those are some responsibilities, especially to the boys, like to the men. You have to balance those equations. You can't waste all your time taking care of your elders, yet your wife and your children this way, they have to eat, they have to dress, they have to go to school. So what do you expect to get from that money if I told you all?
actually, it's not wasting.
The rest of your time you own.
It's not wasting time. I spoke about the educated and the non-educated, and the working class and the non-working classes. And it's like you. I now see you as somebody. You're going to grow and you will be working, and there are people around. Or that you spoke about the mates. There are people around. You can employ. Because sometimes they may not be able to employ. But if you have the opportunity and the chance, it's of paramount importance that you be there by yourself. There are some critical conditions, like in my personal experience, my father was having high blood pressure. But then there was a day I had to go with him in the hospital. I spent time with him in the hospital. So I was even a student. That was in my senior vacation. I had done papers already, and I took care of him I forgot about my work or whatsoever I'm supposed to be doing. We just spend their weeks, and I saw him stabilizing, and I found the joy. So it's better always to just attend to them, at least, even if you're not regularly attending to them. There are conditions you need to attend to them constantly. And then I spoke on financial basis. I'll be repeating this again. There are parents who used to dig, but when they continue to grow, they may not dig again. There are those ones who could sell things, but as they continue to grow, they may not be able to sell again. There are those ones who are teachers, who are lecturers, and as they continue to grow, they may not be able to stand again for long.
Not even that, they won't be able to go back home.
Exactly.
Because they have to work, they have to do this.
Exactly.
So how do those ones catch up with you?
Exactly. Yeah. Like you're a young person, like in a family of 4, I can say not all of you are financially unstable. Some are financially stable and more stable than the other one. So why can't you sit together? And I ask myself a question: why can't we sit together? We contribute for the well-being of our parents. We buy for them food, we put in the house. As you spoke about the maids, if the maids are there, or if some little ones have still remained home, we buy for them food, we buy for them charcoal. We continuously visit them. We attend the celebration like birthdays. We do all those ones with the little finances we have. I think it's of paramount importance than leaving them, and they keep crying, oh, I'm living like I don't have parents.
Don't you think they also have challenges? The challenges of taking care of those elders, because I'm sure they also have some funny characters.
Really, that's true. Challenges are too many. As parents keep growing up, I got a word like some of them start becoming like kids. They start going back to their low level.
That's what psychology says, actually.
Yeah, and it's too hard not to find challenges. But then, as a young person, and you think about whatsoever they have done for you.
So how do you overcome them?
As a young person, you think about whatever they have done for you. One, you should know how to handle. You say, can you eat? You ask them, can you eat? And they say, no, I don't want to eat. You need now to start reasoning.
Because if they want to eat, I have to leave them.
Yeah, you need now to start reasoning very fast. Maybe he's not having appetite. Maybe he's going to eat later. And all those ones. Then you need to know how to talk to them in the best way. You talk to them. You make interaction. Don't fear them. Come and ask them. Papa, you ask your dad, what is wrong?
I was
Mom,
told they
wrong?
become like babies.
Yeah, you ask them what is wrong, what is going on like this, what can we do? Then you reason together. You don't stay away from them. You should keep staying near them. You ask them those questions. You be free to them. You don't even fear them. Sometimes they will ask you also questions. Be able to respond to them. Then another one I can say is about their self-care, only self-care, like bathing. Bathing, I spoke about washing clothes. It is kind of hard. It is kind of hard, but we should always make that great effort, and we encourage them to always be engaged, even if they just go and pour water on them.
But some of them can't. They can't shower.
They can't shower. No.
So how do you?
At least, even if they just pour water on them, they are refreshing themselves. You carry for them water. You take those one with this ordinary shelter, and those one you encourage them to always.
The ones who are in the age of 90, 95, I'm sure they are still there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure those ones, they will give much effect.
Yeah, they do. But as I said, you start thinking about where you came from. You realize when we spoke about, like, as they are growing like that, they become like children. So you also start realizing what the stories they've been telling you. Now you can do this on yourself. Sometimes they can even urinate on themselves. They don't want to bathe. But now you have to adhere to that situation and say, this is my father. This is my father. This is my mother. Remembering there is a blessing in that. Sometimes that is where you're tapping your blessing. Because as you continue to grow, you will also reach to that extent. You will also reach to that level. And you need to be mindful of that. The way you speak to them, the way you handle them. You don't shout on them. You treat them with care, and you always loving them. Even if they have done something wrong, even if they have annoyed you, you don't attend to them so badly. You treat them with care and that kind of love.
So how do you combat those challenges while taking care of those elderly people and parents of ours or guardians?
Actually, when we were speaking there, we were coming with the challenges and kinda there were like the combustion, how we can combat them, how we can come up with the solutions. Like I spoke about open dialogue. I spoke about open dialogue. You call your parents and you ask them, is everything all right? They may say no, we don't have food, we don't have all this. So when you speak with them openly, they will be able.
Some deceive, you know. They can tell you I don't have food, yet food is enough.
Yeah, they do. But if you have something, you can send to them immediately.
If at all they have, why should they ask for more?
No, how can you realize that like they are having enough when you are far away? Like you may be going, you may travel abroad, and you call them and they say things are not much. You add on that, you add on top of that, because you shall have made conversation with them. You love on them. You can even make jokingly, maybe even you're having, but you're just telling me lies. You can make joking conversation with them, and you laugh together. They find peace. Then another conversation, how we can combat is helping them adjust to their new environment. Remember, the way they are living now cannot be the same way they have been living at their earlier ages. And sometimes you may decide to say, Papa, Mama, let's go and stay. I've bought for you a place to stay in. I bought for you a house, I bought for you self-contained. But some of them may not be used to the self-contained. So you help them to adapt, you help them, you teach them this is how we use this. Or if the maids as you have been speaking about is there, and you're well-to-do, you're a well-to-do child, you tell them, you teach them how to handle those things, how to stay there, how to live together with now these young people and with the fellow elders. Yeah, we will be good to go. But majorly the challenges will be there. The challenge will be there. You may give them money and tomorrow again they say, oh, we want more money. You may buy for them food and they say, oh, food. He or she may go around and say, my child has forgotten me.
She doesn't take care of
yet you do everything.
Everything.
So you should know.
What do they really want?
You should now reason in your own way.
Which reasoning? Oh, how do you expect me to reason yet if I'm providing this, I'm providing that, I'm providing the money, I'm providing the food. Nothing, it feels like drinking or having. You know, they like so much eating. I was told the older age, they like eating meat. Yeah. So they always feel that appetite of having some meat.
Yeah, if you're stable, well and good. But again, as young people, as we take care of our families, as we take care of our elders, the parents, we should not forget also our families, because the strength, your strength also will be lying on your family. And our elders doesn't mean our parents only. There are also other people you visit them, you give them salt, all those things, they're happy. And above all those ones. So we should be sensitive how we handle the changing dynamics. Your family and the family of your parents, you should be able, and the other ones. So I can briefly say and encourage young people not to give up on the elders, not to forget about the elders, as they also constantly think that one time I am going to be at this age. Today my parent is borrowing money, and there's going to come a day my children are also going to do this to me. I will borrow them, and they will ask me money. I will go and ask them money, and they give me. And also today you're saying it's time to spend time with them, but there are times coming that you will realize,
you even get tired.
You ask this, oh, nobody's taking care of me. All these words you will also speak, whatever they are speaking now. So one thing is not to give up on the parents, not to give up on the elders. That is where our blessing is found. If treating them well, if washing their clothes, if cooking for them, if feeding them, we have to do it. Amidst our dating, amidst our relationship with our children, we should not forget them also, because that is our foundation. If you forget about the foundation, you will quickly fall, because seasons may not be the same. Today you're well, tomorrow you find somebody is another child is helping your parent, another youth is helping your parent, and your parent is coming up. So that is all my heart to young people. Not to forget their elders, not to forget the parents, not to forget the guidance. For those who are not having parents, not to forget them. Constantly check on them, constantly pray for them, constantly provide for them, constantly have a visit.
So that they enjoy their elderly.
So that they enjoy their elderly age. Even when they are dying, they die with peace. And when they are taking their breath, they breathe normally. Oh, not crying.
Okay.
My child has not done this, not crying. They breathe well. That is what I'm desiring. So even if my parent has done this, I will be always thinking and say, let me treat him well, so that he can sleep well with that blessing to me. And also one time, I also sleep well. So I heard you finally, do not give up on the elders. Could be your parents, could be the guidance, could be anybody around that you see is an elder. Respect them, love them, take care of them, time and time again. This is used in action. That is what I wanted to share with you.
So this is Mr. Isaac. I think you've all heard. Love your elders, take care of them, provide where there is a way, because I'm sure some people can't afford, but just do it where you can. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, enjoy. Thank you.